like I said, at the base of an addiction thought cycle is ungroundedness. And ungroundedness feels like this low level or sometimes strong level anxiety. It could feel like never quite being comfortable in your own skin, or it can feel like you're just walking around a bundle of nerves, hypersensitive to things all the time. And so we're going to do a somatic release meditation based on the ungroundedness, which is basically anxiety and fear. We're going to do it on that, okay? Because that's where I think is the root of the addiction issues. You're basically trying to quell this ungrounded, anxious discomfort feeling that's there all the time. So let's do our best to um, resolve some of the trauma emotions that may be there. So this I've said this many times, this protocol doesn't get rid of things like clinical anxiety or autism or ADHD or bipolar. Those are like genetically inherited, neurophysiological diagnoses. This helps with the trauma, the unresolved emotions from your past that get stuck in the body because nobody teaches you how to, feel difficult emotions properly, like fear and anxiety stuff. And so it helps with that, And so your body may still be edgy. It may still be, you may still have a reactive nervous system, so you may still need to be assessed for medication or you need other types of help. I'm on medication. It just helps with that extra unresolved trauma weight, the unresolved core emotions in there. Okay. So, you know, again, I I always feel that, a good recovery program is when you do several things in combination. And the things that you do may change over your life. Like I tell the parents, like the more important thing is not what they do, because that may change. They may hate yoga now, but love yoga later. They may do meditation now, but they won't do it later. They don't like 12-step programs, but they'll do 12, it'll change over their lifetime what they do. The more important thing you want to see is their commitment to change, their motivation. That's the main thing. Is their motivation constant to, get back on the wagon, to do what they need to do to improve, to maintain and manage, or have they lost that motivation? That's the more important thing, that it's not what they do to change, it's the commitment to change. That's the more important thing. Okay. And so, yeah, something like this somatic release protocol may be a tool that can be used along with this to help with this ungroundedness. So let's just start this meditation now, and it's going to be work straight on that ungroundedness. And as always, we're going to relax the body. We're going to um, access the peaceful presence of universal energy or the peace of God. And then we're going to bring up the emotion that can help to resolve it. And the last instruction is don't go with the mind. If your mind comes in with all this thinking to distract you, gently put it to the side, focus back on the feelings in your heart. Stay in your heart. Stay with the feelings. That's where it's going to get resolved. This is not an intellectual process at all. We're only using the intellect to bring up the emotion. Okay? So so let's just start the meditation now. So let's make sure that you're in a position that's relaxed, but you're attentive, and just focus on your breath. Now I'm going to do the somatic release protocol on the ungroundedness, but if you don't necessarily feel that, if you have things like, say, guilt, low self-esteem in there, if you have maybe unresolved grief or loss, you can do it on whatever you want. I'm going to be doing it on this kind of primal fear of survival, this kind of ungroundedness. The ungroundedness is that primal fear of survival. So I'm going to be doing it on that. Okay. And so just focus on your breath. Just gently and lovingly shift your attention from your thoughts and feelings to your breathing, noticing that your body has its own natural rhythms. And then from there, elongate the exhalation breath. A good goal to work towards is like 6 to 7 seconds on the exhalation breath. But you shouldn't be gasping or gulping for air on the inhale. Okay. And just do a few rounds of that. Notice how elongating the exhalation breath slows the heart rate down, regulates the CO2 levels, and relaxes the body. And now that your body's a little bit relaxed, I feel it's good to see how your unresolved emotions are still trapped in the body. That's, you know, that's generally what trauma is to me. It's a difficult emotion that didn't complete the cycle of being fully felt in the body. It got stopped up somehow for one reason or another, and it gets stuck there physically. So bring up the emotion that you like to work on. So for people doing this meditation, this somatic release meditation, I'm doing it on ungroundedness, um, primal fear of survival, a deep anxiety, never quite feeling comfortable in your own skin, some kind of underlying anxious discomfort, ungroundedness. So bring that up, and hopefully you can feel that where it is in the body. Where in the body do you feel this ungroundedness? In your chest, in your head, sometimes several places. Just notice that. And then from there, just relax the body. Just think about tension and stress draining from your body like water in a bathtub. So it's just going down from the top of your head down the bottom of your feet, just nice and relaxed. Keep the breath nice and slow. Feel the body relax with each elongated exhalation breath. And keep the attention focused on the breath. And that helps you to stay out of your head and be in the present moment. Okay. So hopefully your body is a little bit more relaxed than earlier. Yes? Um, so now we're going to access the peaceful presence of universal energy, the, the deep meditative peace that is found in meditation or prayer, or sometimes when you're walking around in nature. Some have called it the peace of God. In the Bible, it has been called the peace that surpasses all understanding. Buddhists call it Buddha nature. It's been called many, many things. The Tao, it's been called many, many things. The name is not important. Those are just labels. I hope everyone realizes that just because I'm using the word Tao and not the word God, that they're both just labels. Because what's more important is your direct experience of it. You're feeling it, right? So getting hung up on a name or a label like God is like getting hung up on the word apple and thinking that the word apple means that it is an apple. Apple is just a label. It's a pointer. It isn't the real thing, right? And no amount of talking about what an apple is using words will help one to really have the experience of an apple unless they have an apple there and they're eating it, right? So just remember that these words are just pointers. But if they resonate, pick the one that resonates with you. Some people say, please call it God energy. Other people say calling it the peace is fine. Source energy is fine. Just pick what works for you. And so, with your body still relaxed, the easiest way to access the peaceful presence of universal energy, this deep meditative peace, is simply use the tool of your imagination and think of something that makes you feel peace. A vast, beautiful sunset, the ocean, a beautiful nature scene, your pet dog, what, your garden, maybe. What imagined thought brings up this feeling of peace in you? And when I say peace, it's a presence of peace. It's not just your body being relaxed. Your body being relaxed isn't the peaceful presence of universal energy. It's not quite it. It helps that your body is relaxed to access it, but it's not the same thing. We are looking for this almost palpable, still, silent presence of peace. So think of a thought, an image that brings up this presence of peace. Got it there? And so gently put the image to the side, focus on the experience of the presence of the peace. So again, you should be feeling this still, silent, peaceful presence. That when you close your eyes, you feel it in your heart and your consciousness. But also when you relax your focus and just relax your focus and just relax the body, you can sense that it is not just inside the body, it's all around you. It is in the room with you. Yes? If you were to try to find the outer boundary of this peaceful presence, it extends beyond the body. It's inside the body, it's outside the body. The words inside, outside do not apply to this, yes? So this is the peaceful presence of universal energy. This is the peace. This is the peace of God, Buddha nature, the Tao, all these different names. And this is not a thought of peace. So if I were to take away the image that brought up this presence of peace, if I were to also take away your ability to think about this and analyze it, you'd still be experiencing it. It is truly an energetic, almost palpable presence of peace. Yes, got it? And so, because what we're going to be looking at here is possibly the primal fear of survival, possibly even some trauma-based emotions in there, we should enhance our connection with this presence of peace. And you do that by doing two things. One, simply immersing more of your attention there. So play this game with yourself and ask yourself, what time will this presence of peace end? This presence of peace that I'm feeling right now, what time will it end? And check. Now, the mind may quickly say, it never ends, it's eternal. And intellectually, that's the correct answer. But what did I say? I said that intellectual, thought-based answers, labels, concepts, stories will not help you here. All of this work is feelings-based, energetic, and experienced. And so go back to the question. You're feeling the peace, yes? And ask yourself this peaceful presence that I'm sensing right now. What time will it end? And check. Does it seem old and feeble? Does it seem young? Really explore the nature of it. Male, female? Or is it just there? Just like the present moment is here, that presence of peace is just here. So just by putting more of your attention there, your connection with it is enhanced, yes. And so also to help you resolve these ungrounded energies, possibly trauma-based fear of survival, really anchor yourself in the peace, feeling the peace, and abide here. Anchor yourself here because you're going to be going into these feelings and you need to feel anchored. Otherwise, you might feel tossed around. So the way you anchor yourself is by simply remembering the peaceful presence of universal energy, or the universal energy itself, is your true nature, is what you really are. These bodies, these thoughts and feelings that come with them, they're the transient nature of you. They are not your essence. Thoughts come and go. You still exist. Feelings also, even though they feel terrible sometimes, they come and go, and you still exist. So you can't be a thought no matter how volatile the thought is. You can't be an emotion no matter how volatile the emotion is. And finally, you're also not just the body. This presence of peace that you're sensing right now, this is basically the scientific energy of the universe that makes up all atoms and molecules, that makes up all solids, liquids, and gases. You are basically in touch with and sensing the energy of the universe. Does the energy of the universe, the presence of it that you feel all around you, does it need the physical body to continue existing? And so it's already existing on the outside of the body. Does it need the physical body to continue existing? So you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, and you're not the body. It's not that these things aren't important, just for the purpose of this meditation and resolving these emotions. So when you take away everything that comes and goes, everything that's transient about you, your thoughts, your feelings, the physicality of your body, and you're left with this presence of the universal life force, this presence of universal energy. Wouldn't you say that is what you were all along? So this is how you anchor yourself here. Remind yourself, this is what you really are. You are already this. I'm just trying to help you remember your true nature. It can be hard to know this when the body is dysregulated and has a lot of mental health issues, I understand. But what you are is appearing as everything. You're also appearing as a body with mental health issues. So it doesn't really matter what's happening with the body. You know that your true nature is infinite and eternal by your direct experience of it, not because I'm telling you. You're sensing yourself. You're feeling it in the body. You're feeling the presence of you all around. So anchor yourself there. Keep the breath nice and slow. Body's calm. And so it feel like, this peaceful presence of universal energy is like an ocean of energy all around you, yes? Just like you're bobbing in this ocean of energy. And so pretend that you can breathe in this ocean and go deep into it. Go into this ocean of peace. Go into your consciousness. Go into yourself. Just by putting more of your attention there. And the more you do, just like the ocean, the deeper you go into it, the more you feel its strength. Yes? Now you're feeling the peaceful presence of universal energy all around you. Above you, below you. And so go deeper. Go deeper into this ocean of energy, this peaceful presence. Go deeper into your consciousness. Go deeper into yourself. So now we're going into the deeper, darker parts of the ocean where maybe the mind has pushed things down and doesn't want to look at them. And so go deeper until you hit the deep parts of this ocean of peace. Go deeper into the ocean, go deeper into your consciousness, go deeper into yourself. Go into the recesses of your consciousness where your mind has pushed down feelings that it didn't know how to handle, like ungroundedness, like strong anxiety, like the primal fear of survival. And so, going into your consciousness, I apologize for that noise, it's my heater. Going into your consciousness, bring up the emotion, the feeling, the ungroundedness that is at the root, is the root feeling of all addictions, the ungrounded feeling, the discomfort, the never feeling quite comfortable in your own skin, this low level anxiety that can turn into this strong sensation of panic when triggered sometimes. Bring that up. And if you really want to get to the root of it, ask yourself, when was the first time I ever felt this ungroundedness? In childhood? Maybe some of you have said, well, I've always felt this. Like me, I've always never quite felt grounded in my own skin. And if you were like me, in which ever since you can remember, ever since you first had thoughts to remember, you felt this way. That tells me that could be generational trauma. You are feeling the unresolved trauma emotions or energies of your ancestors. Primal fear of survival could easily have been it if there was trauma and abuse running through your lineage. And let's be honest, practically everybody has generational trauma, just at different stages of it, right? And so bring up that emotion and ask yourself, when was the first time I felt this? And once you have that memory there and it's brought up the feeling, put the image of the memory to the side and focus on the emotion. And so notice that you're able to feel two seemingly opposite feelings at the same time. Peace, the peace that's all around you, like the ocean, and this other emotion, this ungroundedness, this primal fear of survival. It's like a wave coming out of the ocean in a singular location in your body. Get a sense of it? Yes? And so the key to this work, again, is to always be feeling as much as you can the peaceful presence of universal energy inside you and all around you when you're feeling this emotion and processing it. It will cushion it, the peaceful presence will. And also, it will release it for you, but only after you fully allow it and express it in the body. So, this core emotion of ungroundedness, without any agenda to change it, do therapy on it to make yourself feel better, to do affirmations, while feeling the peaceful presence of universal energy. Keep the body nice and relaxed. The breath is nice and slow. And allow it in the body. Allow that feeling to be in the body and do in the body whatever it's going to do for however long it needs to do it. Keep the body nice and relaxed. If a thought comes, just put it to the side. All of this somatic release work is feelings based, it's experiential. It has nothing to do with thought. So remember that your body is designed to feel emotions. It can take it. Notice how the physical body really doesn't have an opinion on what physical sensations are running through it. It's the mind that doesn't like certain things. And also notice that certain physical sensations, when they're translated differently from the mind, they can become a welcomed emotion or, an unwelcomed emotion, like, you know, having your heart beat fast, having your blood rush can be excitement, right? Like the excitement of going on a roller coaster ride or, the excitement of, you know, um, doing something that you love to do, like, or watching a thrilling movie or something. But if your mind interprets it as anxiety and panic, now it becomes something negative that the mind doesn't like. But it's the same physical sensation. It's just translated differently from the mind. Is it excitement or is it this panicky anxiety? Same sensation, but it will color it based on the story that your mind says about it. Notice that. But just allow it in the body. Your only job is to be courageous, open, and willing to feel this emotion or whatever emotion comes up. So your body may shake, your tears may come out, you may feel your heart beating, you may feel your blood rushing, maybe even a slight shaking. Again, your body is designed to feel feelings. It can take it. And this is how they get resolved. The peaceful presence of the universal energy, the peace of God, the Tao, the Buddha nature, will release this from you, but only after you allow it to be fully felt and expressed in the body without resistance. And so in the end, we're not cutting it out, pushing it down, avoiding it. We are integrating it. Just like a wave going back down into the ocean, you relax the resistance around feeling the emotion. And just like a wave going back down into the ocean, it's integrated. The water of it's still there, but now it's become part of the whole. Get a sense of it? Sometimes people report other things like sadness comes up, other memories or other feelings come up. Whatever comes up, your only job is to allow it and be courageous about expressing it and feeling it in the body. The peaceful presence of universal energy or God will do the rest. Keep the breath nice and slow, the body nice and relaxed. And you know that an integration of this emotion is taking place because you are in this open and allowing state. Your body is nice and relaxed. Your breath is nice and slow. You're feeling the peaceful presence of universal energy inside you and all around you. Any kinds of emotions that are coming up are not being resisted. I would even say embrace these emotions in the body. Don't just tolerate them. Embrace them. We have no problem embracing feelings of peace, love, happiness, and joy, but we have problems embracing these. And these have just as much purpose in life as happiness, love, peace, and joy. It is actually, in my opinion, these feelings of emotions of suffering that actually moves your story forward. There's a purpose to them. How many times have you made a strong, life-changing decision for the better simply because you were suffering? So that's the way God or the universe uses the energy of suffering to move your life forward. So there's a purpose to it. And so these emotions deserve to be embraced just as much as happiness, love, peace, or joy. Other things may come up like sadness, that may come up. Let's allow everything. You know when integration is taking place because you're just allowing everything. Your body is nice and relaxed. You're feeling the peaceful presence of universal energy. And now the mind becomes quiet and still, calmer, like it doesn't have much to say. It doesn't have all of those nervous, controlling thoughts in there. It's almost empty. Yes? And if you really want to resolve this feeling, you should really also look at the thoughts as well, because we've just resolved the emotion, but the mind can come back and keep churning out these anxiety-inducing thoughts until the feeling comes back. And so I find it best to resolve the thoughts as well behind this emotion. So the way you do that is this emotion of ungroundedness, discomfort, this not feeling comfortable in your own skin, this low level anxiety. What is the worst case scenario of that? What is the mind scared of the most? The mind is scared of, what if I feel this all the time and it never goes away? What if this is permanent? Okay. So imagine, what if this is permanent? Think of the worst case scenario of that. That is the only energy operating your body and your operating system, and it's stuck that way. Any attempts to change it, to do better, fail. And so now, years later, you realize this is it. That's the worst case scenario your mind is scared of all the time. I'll be feeling this forever. What if it was? Imagine that. Use the powerful tool of your imagination to imagine the worst case scenario thought of this pervasive feeling and what it's going to do to you. And then you just do the same thing that you did with the emotion. You put that imagined thought of your future together with the peace and allow them to be there together until the body is calm. The breath is nice and relaxed. If you feel any tension in the body, like in your shoulders or your chest, notice that and put some peaceful energy into relaxing those areas. Try to have every square inch of your body totally relaxed for transmuting these emotions. So tap into that godliness within yourself that embraces all emotions, that embraces all possibilities of your future, not just happiness, love, peace, and joy, but everything. You do what God does and embrace everything, and you will know God's peace. There's a deep, profound, imperturbable peace. And again, so you know an integration is taking place because you're doing your job, you're in touch with the peace of God, the peaceful presence of universal energy. Your body's nice and relaxed. Your breath is nice and slow. You're allowing all thoughts and feelings and allowing them to be in the body. And your mind now becomes still, quiet, and empty, like it doesn't have much to say. Yes? It was only churning out those anxious thoughts, controlling thoughts, because it was scared of feeling these emotions and thinking those thoughts. But now you've done the opposite. You've embraced those emotions and thoughts. So you've taken away their purpose. The purpose of all those controlling thoughts, you've taken away their purpose. And so people will report the mind becomes quiet, still, and empty. And if you still feel some residual tension in there, it's simply because I didn't give you enough time. We're near the end of this talk and meditation. And just remember, this is a tool. This isn't just a meditation. This is a tool. So if you still feel the discomfort, the anxiety, it still gets triggered, this primal fear of survival, just relax the body, recognize the feeling, bring up the peaceful presence of universal energy, and feel it and allow it in the body. And remember, if you have diagnosed clinical anxiety, ADHD, autism, PTSD, bipolar, schizophrenia, things with emotional dysregulation in your neurophysiology, you may need other kinds of services, maybe an assessment for psychiatric medication, maybe meditation services, maybe exercise. You may need other things to help regulate the body. This somatic release basically helps to release the stored up core emotions, the trauma that was unresolved. So your body may still be edgy, but you won't have all that trauma behind it. Get a sense of it? Okay. Just sit there a little bit longer and just marinate in this. God is always saying, don't be scared. Don't be scared to feel. I'm right here. Don't be scared of your thoughts. And don't be scared of your emotions. They're just thoughts, they're just emotions. Yes, they may be unpleasant, but your body is designed to take them in. And so you fully allow everything, and God will release these from you. He will integrate these from you for you. And your peace over time, as long as you continue to do this work, don't shy away from your feelings. Don't be scared of worst case scenario thoughts. Look at them dead on, using the peaceful presence of universal energy as your strength. And this peace in the background will grow. And you'll find yourself more relaxed, more able to roll with the punches, more able to be emotionally neutral around things that used to trigger you at work, with relatives, around your financial situation. And this will help with the addictions, in addition to other things. Learn to resolve and embrace your emotions, because an addiction is all about not feeling certain emotions. And so this will help with that. Okay.